live. Live video start. Usually it'll show me.
That would be you, I guess.
Well, that didn't say that a minute ago. But
Oh, all right.
So hello.
Hello, one viewer, whoever you are. Well,
I think we should go ahead. Wait. Jenna's here. Hi, George.
Hello,
Hi,
Jenna. How are you? Welcome to our home. Have a couple of your songs lined up later on.
Yes.
Didn't realize when I set this show up it would be Easter weekend. There may be a lot of people out doing different things, but
Well,
that's the way it goes.
we'll do this. This is a good way to spend the day before.
Yeah, it's good to be warm and dry.
Well, that too. Just walking through wet ice cubes over there. It's very cold. Hillary is here. Hillary.
Hello, Hillary.
She says, I'm here.
Good evening.
Welcome.
Well, I guess we probably ought to get started, and hopefully people will be able to join us in due course. Uh-oh.
What happened?
Oh, I'm not at all ready.
Uh-oh.
I don't have all my pieces and parts and things that I need
dear.
together here.
Oh.
Like I forgot my
like the-
earbud, a vital
we
piece of
wouldn't be
equipment.
ourselves if we didn't forget something.
That's right. And I must also get my little pedal.
Oh, yes, you need that.
I've become very attached to it, dependent on it, maybe.
Well, and attached.
Right. Absolutely. Let's see here if we can set things up. Now we're ready.
There we are.
Okay. Today's show is called This Is Your Song. And it is all requests that you all submitted over the past 6 weeks or so. And we really appreciate everybody's requests.
Yes.
We're going to do all of them. Everybody, those who requested many songs, I appreciate that. But we limited people to 2. So we can try to get some of the others worked into future shows. I still have the list. Some people only requested one. So anyway, we have a full lineup here, and we are going to start out this was requested by Laura Harden in honor of her father, who turned 89 on, I believe, the 5th of the month. So, Laura and your father, here is My Grandfather's Clock, written by Henry Clay Work in 1876, and all kind of people have done it. And here it is, just for you, Laura, and your dad. My grandfather's clock was too large for the shelf, so it stood 90 years on the floor. It was taller by half than the old man himself, though it weighed not a penny, weighed more. It was bought on the morn of the day that he was born, and was always his treasure and pride. But it stopped short, never to go again, when the old man died. 90 years without slumbering, his life's seconds numbering. It stopped short, never to go again, when the old man died. In watching its pendulum swing to and fro, many hours had he spent while a boy. And in childhood and manhood the clock seemed to know, and to share both his grief and his joy. For it struck 24 as he entered at the door, with a blooming and beautiful bride. But it stopped short, never to go again, when the old man died. 90 years without slumbering, his life's seconds numbering. It stopped short, never to go again, when the old man died. My grandfather said that of those he could hire, not a servant so faithful he found. For it wasted no time and had but one desire, at the close of each week to be wound. And it kept in its place, not a frown upon its face, and its hands never hung by its side. But it stopped short, never to go again, when the old man died. 90 years without slumbering, his life's seconds numbering. It stopped short, never to go again, when the old man died. It rang an alarm in the dead of the night, an alarm that for years had been dumb. And he knew that his spirit was blooming for flight, that his hour of departure had come. Still the clock kept the time with a soft and muffled chime, as we silently stood by his side. But it stopped short, never to go again, his life seconds numbering. It stopped short, never to go again when the old man died.
That's a great song. I like that one.
Yeah, I do too.
I think everybody's grandfather.
Mine did. Anyway, I used to know how to play it. Actually play it. But, okay. Let us move on. This song was requested by Harpin Howard Solomon. He's got a Facebook group out there. He plays a lot of gigs, and he posts live to his group. I heard Harpin Howard. And Howard wanted to hear a song by Steve Goodman called Dying Cub Fan's Last Request. By the shores of Lake Michigan, where the hawk wind blows so cold, an old Cub fan lay dying in his midnight hour, he told. Around his bed, his friends had all gathered. They knew his time was short. On his head, they put this bright blue cap from his all-time favorite sport. Told him it's late, it's getting dark in here, and I know it's time to go. But before I leave the lineup, boys, there's just one thing I'd like to know. Do they still play the blues in Chicago when baseball season rolls around? When the snow melts away, do the Cubbies still play in their ivy-covered burial ground? When I was a boy, they were my pride and joy, but now they only bring fatigue to the home of the brave and the land of the free and the doormat of the National League. He told his friends, the law of averages says anything will happen that can. That's what it says. But the last time the Cubs won a National League pennant was the year we dropped a bomb on Japan. The Cubs made me a criminal, sent me down a wayward path. They sold my youth for me, that's the truth. I'd forsake my teachers to go sit in the bleachers in flagrant truancy. And then one thing led to another. And soon I discovered alcohol, gambling, dope, football, hockey, lacrosse, and tennis. But what do you expect when you raise up a young boy's hopes and then just crush them like so many paper beer cups? Year after 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 year, till those hopes are just so much popcorn for the pigeons beneath the L tracks to eat. He said, I'll never see Wrigley Field anymore before my eternal rest. So if you have your pencils and your scorecards ready, then I'll read you my last request. He said, give me a double-header funeral in Wrigley Field on some sunny weekend day. No lights. Have the organ play the national anthem and a little na-na-na-na-na, hey-hey, goodbye. Make six bullpen pitchers carry my coffin and 6 groundskeepers clear my path. Have the umpires bark me out at every base in all their holy wrath. It's a beautiful day for a funeral. Hey Ernie, let's play too. Somebody go get Jack Brickhouse to come back and conduct just one more interview. Have the Cubbies run right out into the middle of the field. Have Keith Moreland drop a routine fly. Give everybody 2 bags of popcorn, 2 bags of peanuts, and a frosty malt. I'll be ready to die. Build a big fire on home plate out of your Louisville Slugger baseball bats. Toss my coffin in. Let my ashes blow in a beautiful snow from the prevailing 30-mile-an-hour southwest wind. And when my last remains go flying over the left field wall, we'll bid the bleacher bums adieu. I will come to my final resting place out on Wheatland Avenue. The dying man's friends told him to cut it out. They said, "Stop it, that's an awful shame." He whispered, "Don't cry, I'm leaving by and by near the heavenly hall of fame." He said, "I've got season tickets to watch the Angels now, so it's just what I'm gonna do." He said, "But you, the living, you're stuck here with the Cubs, so it's me who feels sorry for you." And he said, "Oh, play that Lonesome Losers tune. That's the one I like the best." Closed his eyes and slipped away. Well, Scotty, it was the dying Cub fan's last request, so here it is. Do they still play the blues in Chicago when baseball season rolls around? When the snow melts away, do the Cubbies still play in their ivory covered burial ground? When I was a boy, they were my pride and joy, but now they only bring fatigue to the home of the brave and the land of the free and the doormat of the National League.
Debbie Lane says hello.
Hello, Debbie. Thanks for coming by.
And Hillary said hi to Howard from Hillary. And Laura Hardin is here, and she says, "Thank you so much for doing my request first. I was almost on time."
Oh, I'm
and
sorry.
Then she said, "We had a wonderful birthday party for Dad last Wednesday." And Philippa's here. She said,
Hey,
"Hi, guys."
Hey, Philippa.
And Ginny says hi, too.
Hello, Ginny.
Hi, Ginny. And hi to Philippa.
And Philippa and
Laura.
Laura.
Yes,
And I'm so
welcome.
glad your dad had a good birthday.
Yes.
And I'm glad you got here to maybe hear a little bit of this song anyway. And you can always go back and listen to it later.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, speaking of Philippa, here's a song that Philippa requested a long time ago. And I played it, but she wasn't able to make that show. So I decided to go ahead and put it back on the list. A lot of people have done it. I'm doing the version she requested, which was done by the Monkees of all people.
Really?
Yeah. Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller wrote it. The Monkees recorded it. And it's called D.W. Washburn. D.W. Washburn, I heard a sweet voice say, D.W. Washburn, this is your lucky day. A hot bowl of soup is waiting, a hot bowl of soup and a shade. D.W. Washburn, we picked you to save. Can't you hear the bugle call? Can't you hear the bells? Even you could be reborn, you naughty ne'er-do-well. If you don't get out out of that gutter before the next big rain. D.W. Washburn, you're gonna wash right down the drain. Up, up, come on, get up off your street. If you can only make it from your hands to your knees, I know you can make it to your feet. Oh, D.W. Washburn, I said to myself, D.W. Washburn, why don't you go save someone else? Well, I got no job to go to, I don't work and I don't get paid. I got a bottle of wine, I'm feeling fine, and I believe I got it made. I'd like to thank all you good people for coming to my aid. But I'm D.W. Washburn, I do believe I got it made. I do believe I got it made. Don't need nobody. I do believe I got it made. I do believe I got it made.
Yeah, that's a good song.
D.W. Washburn.
Amber was here. She said, "Hey guys, I was able to share, but everyone is here for Easter, so I will have to listen later."
Oh, thanks so much for
Thank you,
sharing.
yes,
We didn't
dear.
want to bother you, but I really appreciate you doing that. And I hope you and your family have a great Easter celebration over there. I'm sorry we couldn't be there.
Well, she said, "Have a great show. Love you guys." And Philippa said, "Thank you, George. Longtime favorite." I can understand that. That's a good song.
It really is. Okay.
Man.
Here's one for Catherine McKinty, who probably isn't going to be here today. This was a star-crossed date all the way around.
Well,
There's a major Autoharp event over in the UK called Sore Fingers.
that's a great name.
Yeah, it's a week of intense Autoharp workshops. It's just wall-to-wall workshops. Greg Schreiber's over there. I think Karen Mueller is over there. A bunch of people.
Loretta DeVore is with us.
Hello,
Found
Loretta.
you in a
Great.
heart. Welcome.
Oh, welcome, and a happy Easter
Yes.
or Passover to your family, whichever, if either one that you celebrate. Okay. This is for Catherine, and it was recorded by the Clancy brothers and written by a number of the Clancy brothers. It's called The Wild Colonial Boy. There was a wild colonial boy, Jack Dugan was his name. He was born and raised in Ireland, in a place called Castle, Maine. He was his father's only son, his mother's pride and joy, and dearly did his parents love the wild colonial boy. At the early age of 18 years, he left his native home and to Australia's sunny shore he was inclined to roam. He robbed the rich to help the poor. He shot Judge McAvoy. A terror to Australia was the wild colonial boy. One morning on the prairie, as Jack rode along, listening to the mockingbird singing a cheerful song. Up rode 3 mounted troopers fight, but not surrender, cried the wild, colonial boy. He fired a shot at Kelly, which brought him to the ground. And turning round to Davis, he received a mortal wound. A bullet pierced his proud young heart from the pistol of Fitzroy. And that was how they captured him, the wild colonial boy. That was how they captured him, the wild colonial boy.
Philippa shared, here's another by the Monkees that I lived. I think she might have meant loved, lived. Could be either one.
Yeah.
And I think that one is called Going Down. And she shared the link, which I appreciate very much.
Yeah, well, I'll take a listen to it.
Yeah,
I may have it. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say Bob Hale is here. And he
Hello,
said,
Bob.
We have problems connecting to your show tonight. So
Oh.
sorry about that. I hope that straightens out.
Yeah, because I have a couple of requests for you guys.
Yes.
So hopefully that will resolve itself. I hate to hear that. This next song was requested by Ginny, and it was written by Lou and Peter Berryman, a husband and wife team, performed by them, and is called Older Than Everybody. And Lynn, we worked on this. She's going to try to join in on this one. Yeah.
I thought the chorus was first.
No. Sorry.
Go ahead there. I'm sorry.
Try that again. I went down to the Quick Check. Well, this is not getting off to a good start here. Let's see if I can. Third time's a charm.
That's
right?
what they say.
I went down to the Quick Check on a Thursday after dinner. Picked up a pair of Twinkies and a cup of cocoa. I took my place in line and noticed atop the tabloids you could see all our reflections in the window. Now you would not describe me as a people-watching person, and I'm not one to often stick my neck out. But if someone put a gun to me and forced my estimation, I'd say I'm older than everybody, older than everybody, I'm older than everybody at the checkout. So feeling antiquated, I arrived at a decision to act a few years younger for an hour. I drove down to the tavern where my roots had been firmly planted when my years of boozing were in flower. I drove in back to park and found the landscape unbecoming. The winos in the alley made me shudder. I'm glad I turned my life around, but I'm glad I thought of this part where I'd be older than everybody, older than everybody, older than everybody in the gutter. I drove up in the moonlight to my favorite cemetery. For though I am well aware I'm no spring chicken, reading all all the gravestones always brightens my perspective. After all, they're dead and I'm still ticking. Now I should have been glad that I could hike that hilly acre. I wasn't even really breathing that hard. But when I read the dates, I had the awful realization that I was older than everybody, older than everybody, older than everybody in the boneyard. A little voice remarked that I could use a short vacation. That seemed like an excellent suggestion. So I drove off in the night, found a motel near Milwaukee. The desk clerk looked me over and posed a question. He asked if I was old enough to take the senior discount, 'cause old boys stay for less at Howard Johnson's. I said, if I don't get the discount, Sonny, no one gets the discount. 'Cause I'm older than everybody, older than everybody, older than everybody in Wisconsin. Now this old bird is older than all the nighthawks in Chicago, older than every buzzard playing bingo, older than every turkey, and almost every turkey dinner, older than every snowbird in Orlando. Though I may be younger than the oceans and the glaciers, younger than the limestone and the granite, and though I may be younger than these Twinkies on my dashboard, I'm older than everybody, older than everybody, older than everybody on the planet. Well, we finally got her rolling, and it turned out pretty good there.
Oh man, let's see what I got here. Well, hang on a minute, guys. I have a little control issues here with this thing. Yeah, Philippa changed that to loved.
Oh, okay.
And Bob said, hello, George. And then Laura Hardin said, do you know Somewhere My Love, Laura's theme? Next time you do a show, I will turn 43 the day before I was named after this character. Naturally, this is my favorite tune.
Write it down.
Yes. Somewhere My Love
Somewhere
is a
My
beautiful
Love.
song.
Yeah. I don't see any problem with that. Don't know, haven't decided what the next theme is. Been thinking about doing a whole show of Gordon Lightfoot.
Oh, I think that is a good idea.
Well, yeah, but we may be a minority of two.
That's true.
Pardon me.
We like Gordon.
Yeah. And here's a song for Amber, who we'll have to listen to it later.
Yes.
Don't know who wrote this. Don Bowman recorded it, and it's called Wrong House.
Yes.
He got into the wrong house again last night. It surely did give everyone a try. But on his block, all the houses look alike. And he got into the wrong house again last night. I bought myself a house here a few months back. And it's a darling little house, that's a fact. but there's 37 others there, just exact. And I got in the wrong house again last night. My neighbor has got this dog about 2 feet high, and it's a cute little dog, little small dog, wouldn't hurt a fly. I stumbled in their house by mistake this morning, about 5, and that cute little stupid dog nearly ate me alive. I decided I better try the next house in line. And I was skipping tippy-toe across the lawn, double time. Have you ever been hit in the throat with a dirty clothesline? By the way, if you should find a set of teeth out there, they're mine, my teeth. I came in last night and I felt like I had 2 heads. And I was sneaking in the house when I heard this sweet voice say, "Bill, darling, why don't you put out the cat and come to bed?" Which shook me pretty good, 'cause my name's Fred. I went up to the next house and rang the bell. And this man about 8 feet tall answered the door and said, "What the?" And I said, "Well, I was just passing by, kind of in the area, and I thought I might just visit a spell." But he wasn't too neighborly. He threw me out the back door and called me some names. So I went to sleep in the next house I saw, because they all looked the same. I woke up this morning in the doghouse, and my head was just pain. And there was a silly kid looking in the door yelling, "Gravy train." He got into the wrong house again last night. It surely did give everyone right. But on this block all the houses look alike, and he got into the wrong house again last night.
Oh, the poor feller.
There you go, Amber.
I missed a comment from Stan Johnson.
Oh,
I'm
hey,
sorry,
Stan.
Stan. I don't know how that one slipped by. He said, "Got a million things happening today, but will catch all I can on the phone as we run around today. Sometimes this technology is actually good."
Let me go out of order. Since we know Stan's with us at the moment, he had a request. So if you all don't mind, I will go out of order here.
Two people aren't liking Gordon. Debbie Lane says, "Lightfoot, awesome," and Flippa said, "Do Gordon." Ginny and I agree.
Well, I might do that. The other possibility, the one I had scheduled, was songs about trains and railroads and things like that. Okay, Stan Johnson wanted to hear a little Bob Seger. So this one is for you, Stan and Sandy. It's called "Shame on the Moon." It was written and recorded originally by Rodney Crowell, and then Bob Seger heard it, and he and his Silver Bullet Band recorded it too. A man, you don't know what he wants, you don't know if he cries at night, you don't know if he don't, where nothing comes easy. Old nightmares are real until you've been beside a man. You don't know how he feels. Once inside a woman's heart, a man must keep his head. Heaven opens up the door where angels fear to tread. Some men go crazy, some men go slow, some men go just where they want, some men never go. Faces all around, laughing right out loud. Hey, watch where you're going, step light on old toe. 'Cause until you've been beside a man, you don't know who he knows. Oh, blame it on midnight.
Bob said, hello, George. Was you bit, I believe he means late, starting. We could not get you till about 7:30 p.m. here in Suffolk, England.
No, we were a couple of minutes late, but not late like that.
Not
No.
that late. So I don't know what happened.
Well, I'm glad you're with us.
Glad you're with us. Yes.
I have the song you requested, and it's coming up very shortly. Now I'll go back and catch the songs that...
in the order in which you originally placed them.
Okay. This is one that Lin requested. So she gets a request too.
Yes.
I don't.
You don't.
No, but Lin does.
I did.
This was, I don't know who wrote it. Marty Robbins recorded it on his Gunfighter Ballads album back in '59, I think.
Cowboys.
Yeah, Lin loves cowboys.
I love the cowboys.
And this is called Strawberry Roan. I was hanging around town, just spending my time, out of a job, not earning a dime. A fella steps up and he he said, I suppose you're a bronc fighter from the looks of your clothes. You figures me right, I'm a good one, I claim. Do you happen to have any bad ones to tame? Said he's got one, a bad one to buck. For throwing good riders, he's had lots of luck. I gets all head up and I asks what he pays to ride this old nag for a couple of days. He offered me 10 and I said, I'm your man. The bronc never lived that I couldn't fan. He said, get your saddle, I'll give you a chance. In his buckboard we hops and he drives to the ranch. I stayed until morning and right after Chuck I steps out to see if this outlaw can buck. Down in the horse corral, standing alone, is an old caballo, a strawberry roan. His legs are all spathered, he's got pigeon toes, little pig eyes and a big Roman nose, little thin ears that touch at the tip. A big 44 brand is on his left hip. U-neck and all with a long lower jaw. I can see with one eye he's a regular outlaw. I gets the blind on him and it sure is a fright. Next comes my saddle and I screws it down tight. Then I steps on him and I raises the blind. Get out the way, boys, he's gonna unwind. He sure is a frog walker, he heaves a big sigh. He only lacks wings to be on the fly. He turns his old belly right up to the sun. He sure is a sun-fishing son of a gun. He's about the worst bucker I've seen on the range. To turn on a nickel and give you some change. He hits on all fours and goes up on high. Leaves me a spinning up there in the sky. I turns over twice and I comes back to earth. A lights and a cussin' the day of his birth. I know there are ponies that I cannot ride. There's some of them left, they haven't all died. I'll bet all my money the man ain't alive. That'll stay with old Strawberry when he makes his high dive.
Ah, thank you.
You
I can just picture
quite
all of that.
Okay. And Hillary, here's your song. This is Bert Lee and R.P. Weston wrote it. It's called A Proper Cup of Coffee. This is our sing-along portion of the night. You've seen these before, where you've got a real simple chorus that everybody can sing along and kind of feel like they're actually part of the entertainment. So here is our sing-along portion of the song.
Shall I give it a try?
Well, everybody can sing along. Sultan sat on his oriental mat in his harem in downtown Persia. He took a sip of coffee, just a drip, and he said to his servant, curse ya. Ah, curse ya, curse ya, curse ya. Why, that's the worst cup of coffee in Persia. 'Cause, now here's your part, okay, it's real simple. All I want is a proper cup of coffee made in a proper copper coffee pot. I may be off my dot, but I want a proper coffee. I want a cup of coffee in a proper copper pot. Iron coffee pots and tin coffee pots, they are no use to me. If I can't have a proper cup of coffee in a proper copper coffee pot, I'll have a cup of tea. I gotta get it right first.
I got that wrong too.
You got it? Join right in. In days of old, when knights and men were bold, and whiskey was much cheaper, Ben Turpin rode to a coffee shop and showed his pistols to the keeper. And he said, "Stand and deliver. Can't you see I'm all a quiver? 'Cause you ready? All I want is a proper cup of coffee made in a proper copper coffee pot. I may be off my dot, but I want a cup of coffee in a proper copper pot. Iron coffee pots and tin coffee pots, they are no use to me. If I can't have a proper cup of coffee in a proper copper coffee pot, I'll have a cup of tea." All right. I think I could detect some of you out there in cyberspace singing along, becoming part of the group dynamic here as we all sip our caffeinated concoctions. Bonaparte found that he was in the cart when he lost that Waterloo fight. He gave his sword to Wellington, my lord, and he said, "You British can't have fight." Now you've had your Waterloo, sir. Tell me, what am I having with you, sir? Ready, everybody? 'Cause all I want is a proper cup of coffee made in a proper copper coffee pot. I may be off my dot, but I want a cup of coffee in a proper copper pot. Iron coffee pots and tin coffee pots, they are no use to me. If I can't have a proper cup of coffee in a proper copper coffee pot, I'll have a cup of tea. Yeah, you're getting it. Well, more likely you caught it and you'd like to get rid of it. King Solomon and his queen would carry on, so we heard in the ancient scandals. He bought her lots of silver coffee pots with diamond legs and handles, and said the Queen of Sheba, "I'd rather have any old tea bag, 'cause last chance, all I want is a proper cup of coffee made in a proper copper coffee pot. I may be off my dot, but I want a proper coffee in a proper copper pot. Iron coffee pots and tin coffee pots, they are no use to me. If I can't have a proper cup of coffee in a proper copper coffee pot, I'll have a cup of tea. All I want is a proper cup of coffee.
Keep going.
All I want is a proper cup of coffee made in a proper cup of coffee pot. I may be off my dot, but I want a cup of coffee in a proper coffee pot. Iron coffee pots and tin coffee pots, they are no use to me. If I can't have a proper cup of coffee in a proper cup of coffee pot, I'll have a cup of tea. All I want is a proper cup of coffee made in a proper cup of coffee pot. I may be off my dot, but I want a cup of coffee in a proper cup of pot. Iron coffee pots and tin coffee pots, they are no use to me. If I can't have a proper cup of coffee in a proper cup of coffee pot, I'll have a cup of tea. All I want is a proper cup of coffee made in a proper cup of coffee pot. I may be off my dot, but I want a cup of coffee in a proper cup of pot. Iron coffee pots and tin coffee pots, they are no use to me. If I can't have a proper cup of coffee in a proper cup of coffee pot, I'll have a cup of tea.
There.
You done outrageous. Yeah. Thank you for your participation.
Oh my. Hillary said, "Thank you so much. I did my best to sing along. Didn't do very well at the end."
Well, you know, we are under a time constraint, so
Yes.
as much as I would have loved to do that and have everybody just singing along mindlessly like they do to Pete Seeger's stuff, I had to kind of speed that one up just a little bit.
And Bob says we are okay now. So I'm
good.
I'm glad that's
I'm
good.
glad to hear that.
Love that song.
And you're just in time for your song.
Okay.
Bob and Bren requested Hickory Wind by Graham Parsons and the Byrds, and that's what we're going to do next. At least that's what we're going to. Yeah, here we go. What key do I play it in? South Carolina, there are many tall pines. I remember the oak tree that we used to climb. But now when I'm lonesome, I always getting the feel of hickory wind. I started out younger, most everything, all the riches and pleasures, what else could life bring? But it makes me feel better each time it begins, calling me home, hickory wind. It's a hard way to find out that trouble is real in a faraway city with a faraway feel. But it makes me feel better each time it begins, calling me home. Calling me home, hickory wind.
That's a pretty one. Philippa, before you started that song, said, well, you put Jenny to sleep on the coffee pot song, and I don't know how, but...
Well, sleep well, Jenny.
Yeah.
I never really classified that song or saw it as a lullaby, but hey, whatever works, you know. Here's one for Joe Harrell out in Texas that he requested. It was written by John D. Loudermilk, Bob Gibson, and Lester Brown. George Hamilton IV had a hit with it, but he didn't sing all the verses, so. Ready?
Yes.
Abilene, Abilene. Let's start that over. Abilene,
Abilene, prettiest town I ever seen. Folks out there don't treat you mean. Abilene, my Abilene.
I sit alone most every night, watch those trains roll out of sight. Don't I wish they were carrying me to Abilene, sweet Abilene. Abilene, Abilene, prettiest town I ever seen. Folks out there don't treat you mean. Abilene,
I'm here.
Hey, you made it.
Thanks, George. You're sounding good as usual.
Thanks, Joe.
That's a good song.
Yeah, it is.
My
I love this progression.
Yeah. There's a lot of harmony stuff you can do with that.
Yeah, and then, but see, you can use it for other things too. It's just happy.
Yes, it is.
Okay. I don't know if this song's happy or not. However, this is one of the songs, and I believe it's the song that won me the MLI Autoharp Championship last year. Was first, that I know of, was first recorded by Earl Scruggs of Flatt and Scruggs fame in 1949. It's called Foggy Mountain Breakdown. Let's see if I can play it on this harp. Yeah.
Oh, that was good.
I like that.
Wow.
Okay. We have a slight technical glitch.
Uh-oh.
I'm not quite sure. There we go.
Got it.
I'm wearing different shoes because it is a soggy, soggy day here in North Alabama, friends and neighbors. I'm telling you what. Normally, when I do this show, I have a pair of fur-lined slip-on leather slippers that I wear. But because I have to take Indy out in the rain and everything, I wore my go-out shoes today,
Yeah.
and pardon me, it keeps my foot keeps slipping off of this little pedal that I've got, and that doesn't work, and that's distracting.
It messes you up.
I mean, okay, Laura, if you're still here, here is your second request. I Remember Loving You by Bobby Vinton. I am not playing three of anybody's, so I will give you Johnny Jump Up at some date in the future.
Philippa said, looks warm thanks to Lynn's t-shirt. I'm just wearing a t-shirt and you're wearing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a little cool. It's kind of cold.
I remember loving you, the little things we used to do. I remember loving you when love was new. Spring was in the air, young love was growing everywhere, and you were always there in the summer. All alone, your lips burned on mine. We tasted love's sweet wine, but love ran out of time, and leaves began to fall. I remember loving you, the little things we used to do. I remember loving you when love was new. I remember loving you, but winter came too soon. Our song had lost its tune inside a quiet room. Now seasons come and go, I'm warmed by your memory, just like I used to be in the summer. I remember loving you, the little things we used to do. I remember loving you when love was new. I remember loving you, but winter came too soon. Our song had lost its tune inside a quiet room. I remember loving you, the little things we used to do. I remember loving you when love was new. I remember loving you, but winter came too soon. Our song had lost its tune inside a quiet room.
Pat is with us. Pat Byrne. Hi, George and your wife.
Just in time, my friend.
And
Good evening to you.
He said weather was nice today again.
Ah, that's good. I'm glad it is somewhere.
Yeah.
The sun
And
is
a big
shining somewhere.
thumbs up there. He put also. And then Philippa said, I'm freezing my butt off as usual this time of year. Interesting weather last couple of days and maybe the next few. Yeah, you guys have been cold. And then Ivan said, hi, Lynn and George, late due to a nap.
Hello, Ivan.
Marjorie McRoberts is here. Ouch.
Hello, Marjorie.
It was 20 years ago when my husband died.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, we shall try our best to cheer you up, Marjorie.
Yes.
And thanks for coming by and visiting with us. And Pat,
Yes.
you're just in time. Ooh, I didn't record the key I was supposed to play this in. I think it's D. Pat Byrne requested this. Bye Bye Love by the Everly Brothers.
I have that D. I wrote it down.
Thank you. Save my bacon there.
D is correct.
There's an instrumental intro, and then we
Yes.
go to the chorus.
Okay. Bye bye love, bye bye happiness, hello loneliness, I think I'm gonna cry. Bye bye love, bye bye sweet caress, hello emptiness, I think like I could die. Bye my love, goodbye.
There goes my baby with someone new. She sure looks happy, I sure am blue. She was my baby till he stepped in. Goodbye to romance that might have been.
Bye bye love, bye bye happiness, hello loneliness, I think I'm gonna cry. Bye bye, bye bye love, bye bye sweet caress, hello emptiness, I feel like I could die. Bye bye my love, goodbye.
I'm through with romance, I'm through with love, I'm through with counting the stars above. And here's the reason that I'm so free, my loving baby is through with me.
Bye bye love, bye bye happiness, hello loneliness, I think I'm gonna cry. Bye bye love, bye bye sweet caress, hello emptiness, I feel like I could die. Bye bye my love, goodbye. Bye bye my love, goodbye. Bye bye my love, goodbye.
Yeah, the Everly Brothers was a tragic tale. They wound up flat broke. The people managing them took them for every dime they ever made, and they wound up on the street.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't know that about them.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Very sad
people.
story. Okay. As far as I know, the person who requested this song many, many, many moons ago isn't here, but I'm going to do it anyway because I'm very proud of it. I did not think that it could be played on a chromatic Autoharp. I'd heard it played on an Autoharp in the contest one year, but I think that was a diatonic. Anyway, I kept putting it off and putting it off. Jerry Burgess requested this. He's a good friend of ours that lives here in Arab or close to around here somewhere. And yeah, Jerry, if you're out there, this is for you. It is done by the Eagles, and it's Hotel California. wind in my hair. The warm smell of colitas rise up through the air. Up ahead in the distance, I saw a shimmering light. My head grew heavy and my sight grew dim. I had to stop for the night. There she stood in the doorway. I heard the mission bell, and I was thinking to myself, this could be heaven, this could be hell. Then she lit up a candle and she showed me the way. There were voices down the corridor. I thought I heard them say, welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely place, such a lovely face. Plenty of room at the Hotel California. Anytime of year, you can find it here. Her mind is Tiffany twisted. She got the Mercedes-Benz. She's got a lot of pretty boys that she calls friends. How they danced in the courtyard, sweet summer sweat. Some dance to remember, some dance to forget. So I called up the captain, please bring me my wine. He said, we haven't had that spirit here since 1969. And still those voices are calling from far away. Wake you up in the middle of the night, just to hear them say, welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely place, such a lovely face. They're living it up at the Hotel California. What a nice surprise. Bring your alibis. Mirrors on the ceiling, the pink champagne on ice. She said, we are all just prisoners here of our own device. And in the master's chambers they gathered for the feast. They stab it with their steely knives, but they just can't kill the beast. The last thing I remember, I was running for the door. I had to find the passage back to the place I was before. Relax, said the night man, we are programmed to receive. You can check out any time you like, but you can never leave.
Debbie Lane said a favorite.
Well done.
Thanks, Debbie. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that.
I agree.
Oh, that's good.
How we doing on time?
I got 2:23.
Oh, okay, we're going to be all right.
We're doing good.
Okay, from archive.org for Philippa. Don't know who wrote this, and a bunch of people have recorded it. It's called The Handout Song. The first time I heard this was when a friend of ours, preacher, we called him, did it. He did a couple of verses of it. He didn't know the whole song. But we tracked it down, actually Philippa did, and it's called The Handout Song. There's a handout on Panhandle Hill by a hobo named Vanderbilt Morgan McGill. His partner Jim Doyle stubbed his toe and struck coil on the sand on old Panhandle Hill. Come away, boys, and fly with me. Come Joe, Jack, and Bill, come get your fill. They're giving out chewing gum, chopped sirloin, and beer unto each bum on Panhandle Hill. Come away, boys, and fly with me. Come Joe, Jack, and Bill, come get your fill. There's scrum bums and stew bums and old bums and new bums at the handout on Panhandle Hill. There's a handout on Panhandle Hill. You can hijack a bum sack and then tap the till. And lest you forget, there's a Wall Street Gazette on the newsstands of Panhandle Hill. Come away, boys, and fly with me. Come Joe, Jack, and Bill, come get your fill. A flea shave, a shoe shine, a quick trim with quinine at the handout on Panhandle Hill. Come Joe, Jack, and Bill, come get your fill. There's cruisers and boozers, there's cruisers and boozers and old three-time losers at the handout on Panhandle Hill. There's spenders and lenders and singing bartenders at the handout on Panhandle Hill. There's gophers and loafers and big boxcar chauffeurs at the handout on Panhandle. Come away, boys, fly with me. Come away, boys, fly with me. Come away, boys, and fly with me at the handout on Panhandle
Nice. Kathy Chrysler is with us.
Hello, Kathy.
She
And
said,
Larry.
Yes, and Larry. And Kathy says, you are awesome, George, with three exclamation points.
Thank you, Kathy.
And she said, hi, Lynn, to me, and hi. And then also a smile face, a heart, and then hands going together that make a heart.
Oh, okay.
So it's good to have you with us.
Yeah, these people have been friends of ours forever.
Oh, gosh, yes.
We knew them before we moved down here.
Before we had kids.
Before we had kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. They gave us a hand when we moved down here. They came. We had a kind of an in-house, everything's for sale.
Oh, yeah.
And Larry and Kathy didn't have a lot, but they bought a few things to give us a little bit more money to help us get down here. I'll always remember that.
Cliff said, long time since I heard that one. Smile face.
Who said that?
Philip.
Oh, okay. Yeah, preacher used to sing it,
gosh,
but
yes.
he only did a
Old
couple of verses. Here's another one for Jenny, if she's awake. Hope she's awake. Poisoning Pigeons in the Park, written and recorded by Tom Lehrer.
There.
spring is here. Life is skittles and life is beer. I think the loveliest time of the year is the spring. I do, don't you? Of course you do. But there's one thing that makes spring complete for me, and makes every Sunday a treat for me. All the world seems in tune on a spring afternoon when we're poisoning pigeons in the park. Every Sunday you'll see my sweetheart and me as we poison the pigeons in the park. When they see us coming, the birdies all try and hide, but they still go for peanuts when coated with cyanide. The sun's shining bright, everything seems alright as we're poisoning pigeons in the park. Da-da, da-da-da-da-da. We've gained notoriety and caused great anxiety in the Audubon Society with our game. They call it impiety and lack of propriety and quite a variety of unpleasant things. But it's not against any religion to want to dispose of a pigeon. So if Sunday you're free, why don't you come with me and we'll poison the pigeons in the barn, and maybe we'll do in a squirrel or two while we're poisoning pigeons in the park. We'll murder them all amid laughter and merriment, except for the few we take home to experiment. My pulse will be quickening with each drop of strychnine we feed to a pigeon. It just takes a smidgen to poison a pigeon in the park.
Ivan put up a great big laughing face on that one.
It's that's not exactly the way Tom played it, because he used some diminished chords and all kind of stuff. He had he played it on the piano, but yeah,
A few more strings on it.
Okay, this is another one for Catherine McKinty, who is at Sore Fingers, but we'll do it anyway. Let me give you the skinny on this. Joe Young, Ray Hendrickson, and Sam M. Lewis wrote it. Billy May recorded it in 1955. It's called 5'2", Eyes of Blue, Has Anybody Seen My Gal? And you will recall that I've done this before with a little bit different words, but this time we're going to do it the way they wrote it.
Okay.
5'2", eyes of blue, but oh, what those 5 foot could do. Has anybody seen my gal? Turned up nose, turned down hose, never had no other pose. Has anybody seen my gal? Now if you run into a 5'2", covered with fur, diamond rings and all those things, bet your life it isn't her. But could she love, could she woo, could she coo? Has any could do. Has anybody seen my gal? Turned up nose, turned down hose, never had no other beaux. Has anybody seen my gal? Now if you run into 5'2", covered with furs, diamond rings and all those things, bet your life it isn't hers. Could she love? Could she woo? Could she coo? Has anybody seen my gal? It's
just fun.
yeah, it's fun.
It's the melody is just.
Yeah, it's an easy melody to chord, to finger on the buttons, but it's not real easy to always hit the right strings. All right, here's another one that Amber requested that she will not hear today, but
We'll be waiting for her.
yes, and so will the Phantom Ship. I hope not.
No. She's a Stephen King fan, though, so she might not mind.
Well,
Phantom Ship waits.
I don't think most of us would want stuff to happen in real life the way Stephen writes it in his books. I just don't think that. Anyway, this was written and recorded by Lenny Gallant, a Canadian. It's called Tales of the Phantom Ship. Night is black as a raven's feather when thunder cracks like a slap of leather and the wind whips through the black spruce on the shore. The waves are pounding on the beaches harder as the last of the fishermen reach safe harbor, and the wind turns cold, cuts to the core. Out on the wide Northumberland Strait, all the fire skips o'er the waves, and those who watch, they swear, they tell, they can't believe their eyes. There's a burst of flame and a flash of light. There on the tide is a frightening sight. A tall ship all aflame lights up the sky. Tales of the Phantom Ship, from truck to keel ablaze. She sails the wide Northumberland Strait. No one knows her name. Tales of the Phantom Ship, there's a ship of fire, they cry. Hard against the wind she sails. No one can say why. Said she's a three-masted square rigger, 400 tons or maybe bigger, with fire at every rope and spar and sail. Out of the east of the wind goes west, she plows the strait on an unknown quest, cutting through the waves with the strength of a full-fledged gale. But why she appears there's none can know. Some say it's nothing but a moonlit glow, but those who've seen her swear they tell no lies. They tell how her bow suddenly drops down and into the depths of the strait she's bound, and the wind grows wild with wailing, chilling cries. Tales of the Phantom Ship, from truck to keel blaze. She sails the wide Northumberland Strait. No one knows her name. Tales of the Phantom Ship, it's a ship of fire, they cry. Hard against the wind she sails. No one can say why. Say she's an immigrant ship of old, Highland Scots whose land was stolen, lost at sea while seeking the new land. Or for a ghostly American privateer that plundered innocent harbors here, that cursed to sail this freight for the damned. But an old man sang a song to me, 600 Acadia drowned at sea, deported long ago from St. John's Isle. He said they sail this choppy strait, through time and tide they navigate, searching for the means to end their long exile. Tales of the phantom ship, from truck to keel blaze, she sailed the wide Northumberland Strait, no one knows her name. Sailed with the phantom ship, it's a ship of fire, they cry, hard against the wind she sailed, no one can say why. Sailed with the phantom ship, from truck to keel blaze, she sailed the wide Northumberland Strait, no one knows her name. Sailed with the phantom ship, it's a ship of fire, they cry, hard against the wind she sailed, no one can say why. Hard against the wind she sailed, when will she sail again?
That's a haunting sort of story.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
Okay. Here is a song, another one requested by Jenna, Amber's cohort at the Arab Public Library. And it's called You Are My Sunshine. Was written in 1939 by Jimmy Davis and Charles Mitchell. And Jimmy recorded it with Charles's orchestra. It's called You Are My Sunshine. Okay. By golly, we are moving right along here. We want to Try not to. What time is it?
2:44.
Okay, yeah,
2:44.
we should be fine.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep people forever because it's the Easter Eve. And
Easter Eve.
People got a lot of stuff to do, you know.
Jenna said, "Thank you so much. Love it."
Oh, glad you liked it, Jenna.
Got to hear it. Yeah.
Yeah. Most people never hear that second verse.
Right.
And I looked hard. I knew it existed, and
I did not.
I scoured the internet until I found it. This one was requested by Lin. Don't know who wrote it. Don't know who recorded it. Heard it on the radio on a show called Calling All Cowboys.
Cowboys again.
Yeah, got to have cowboys. I taught Lin to ride.
Yes, you did.
We had a lot of
There's
adventures.
Sadie came over to see you.
Hello, Sadie. Here's our
Horses.
here's our great speckled dog, Sadie.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's our
Sadie's
Great
come
Dane.
by. Sadie's going to be 9 years old this year.
Yeah.
So she's getting old for a Great Dane. She's in great
looking
health.
gray.
Yeah, she's looking great, but she still can play with the pup. Although he does piss her off a lot.
Yes, you're a good girl. Yes,
But
you are.
He's
We
helping.
on the bed again.
He's helping she's helping to train him.
Bob Hale said, "Sorry, George, but could not hear you."
Oh, I'm sorry to
I
hear
don't know
that.
what's
That's
going
just.
on up here.
Maybe you can catch it, catch the recording, Bob.
Yeah.
I just don't know what the problem could be.
Sadie,
Hi.
go lay down now. Go
That's
on.
all.
You have to wait.
Not me. I'm not doing it.
Sorry. Go on now, George. Your person cannot play the auto harp this way.
So I don't care. There was a cartoon one time where there was a Great Dane all sprawled out on the couch, or was it a T-shirt? I think it was a T-shirt.
It had three Great Danes.
Had three Great Danes on the couch, and it said, "Where are you going to sit?"
Yeah, where are you going to sit? We had three of them one time.
Hey,
She wants something, I don't know. You have to wait.
Go.
Sadie, go
you
wait.
have to wait.
You have to wait just
Go.
a minute. You're a good girl.
Anyway,
Maybe I better take care of this because
you're going to miss your song, and she can darn well wait.
Okay, you wait just a minute. Wait.
We only have a couple songs to go, and she can
Okay.
wait that long.
You're a good girl.
In the Sangre de Cristos, the blood of Christ, they say, there's a 2-bit prison rodeo in a town called Judgment Day. He was spawned by a twister, a brother to the night, a demon wrapped in rawhide, and that bull was born to fight. They called him hell-bent for leather. In his eyes you could see the souls of all the men who rode in time, bucking hard into forever. It was hell-bent for leather if you drew the demon's ride. Now Billy rode the big bulls. The circuit was his life. But he was doing time in the big house because a stranger killed his wife. He hit a snowbank west of Cheyenne, no alibi for the night she died. Now 3 days shy of a dead man's walk, he prayed for one last ride. And he drew hell-bent for leather. In his eyes you could see the souls of all the men who rode and died, bucking hard into forever. It was hell-bent for leather if you drew the demon's ride. Sunset blood red under dark green clouds in old New Mexico. For a mountain town, it was a good-sized crowd for that prison rodeo. The tougher souls stayed on that night to watch the clouds roll in. And as the storm kicked up and the thunder rolled, the bull rides, they did begin. And it was hell-bent for leather. In his eyes you could could see the souls of all the men who rode and died, bucking hard into forever. It was hell-bent for leather if you drew the demon's ride. Leather was the last bowl in. Eyes blazed through the pouring rain. And as he bellowed into the howling wind, young Billy looked insane. For a moment, all stood deathly still as he dropped on Leather's back. Not a breath of wind, not a thunder's roll, but the sky turned green to black. The buzzer sounded long and loud like a woman's frightened scream. They say the ride of legends began and played out like Satan's dream. It seemed to last till the dead of night, that 8-second round. As the clock hit 2 clicks more, lightning hit the ground. The tougher souls that stayed that night all swore before their eyes. Both bull and man in a brilliant flash disappeared into starlit skies. And it was hell-bent for leather. In his eyes you could see the souls of all the men who rode and died, bucking hard into forever. It was hell-bent for leather if you drew the demon's ride. There's justice done on a stormy night in a town called Judgment Day, where a greater hand took an innocent man and a killer bull away. Legends say when the thunder rolls and the skies turn black and green, there's a ghostly glow by the rodeo, and in the mists he can be seen, riding hell-bent for leather. In his eyes you could see the souls of all the men who rode and died, bucking hard into forever. Hell-bent for leather if you drew the demon's ride. In the sangre de Cristos, the blood of Christ, they say, there's a 2-bit prison rodeo in a town called Judgment Day.
Man, that never gets old, but I'm going to have to take
Yeah, you need to take her out.
Yeah.
I'll just do the next song, and
Yes, I'll be back.
and
But she wouldn't.
yeah, she won't settle down. She wants something. Okay, Jenna, here's your other song. Was written by Ronnie Van Zant and Gary Rossington. Leonard Skinnard, Simple Man. Mama told me when I was young, come sit beside me, my only son. Listen closely to what I say, and if you do this, it'll help you some sunny day. Well, take your time, don't live too fast. Troubles come and they will pass. You'll find a woman, you'll find love, and don't forget, son, there's someone up above. Be a simple kind of man, or be something you love and understand. lust for the rich man's gold. All that you need is in your soul. And you can do this, oh baby, if you try. All I want for you, my son, is to be satisfied and be a simple kind of man. Oh, be something you love and understand. Baby, be a simple kind of man. Won't you do this for me, son, if you can? Oh, yes, I will. Boy, don't you worry, you'll find yourself. Follow your heart and nothing else. And you can do this, oh baby, if you try. All that I want for you, my son, is to be satisfied and be a simple kind of man. Will be something you love and understand. Baby, be a simple kind of man. Oh, won't you do this for me, son, if you can? Be a simple man. Oh, be something you love and understand. Baby, be a simple kind of man. Yeah.
She didn't want to go.
Really?
I thought she did. I thought she had to go out.
Me too. She
didn't.
wanted something.
Well, I left her out there in case she wanted some water. Because,
Yeah.
there's no water in here for her. That may be what it was. So she can get a drink now.
All right. What time is it?
Let's see. I have 2:58, George.
Wow.
That's pretty close.
Yeah, it is. Should we do the last song or
Well,
not?
that's up to you.
I don't know who requested it.
I'm not sure.
But it'd be an up ending
Yes,
rather
it'd be
than.
good. It's a good one.
This song was done by Alabama, the group Alabama. It's called Dixieland Delight. Someone requested it because I put it on my list of songs that were requested, but I didn't know who. I didn't note who requested it. So
and I can't remember either. So,
I want to thank whoever that is and
'Cause
hope
it's a good song.
they get to see it or
Yes.
hear it. Maybe I shouldn't have. fly away. One arm on the wheel, holding my lover with the other. Hold my lover with the other. A sweet, soft southern thrill. Worked hard all week, got a little jingle on a Tennessee Saturday night. Couldn't feel better, I'm together with my Dixieland delight. Spend my dollar parked in a holler 'neath the mountain moonlight. Hold her up tight, make a little loving, little darling on a Mason-Dixon night. It's my life, oh so right, my Dixieland delight. White-tailed buck deer, munching on clover, red-tailed hawk, sitting on a limb, chubby old groundhog, croaking bullfrog, as free as a feeling in the wind. Homegrown country girl, gonna give me a whirl on a Tennessee Saturday night. Lucky's the seven, I'm living in heaven with my Dixieland delight. Send my dollars parked in a holler 'neath the mountain moonlight. Hold her up tight, make a little loving, little turtle darling on a Mason-Dixon night. It's my life, oh so right, my Dixieland Saturday night. Couldn't feel better, I'm together with my Dixieland delight. Well, folks, Alabama.
Hillary said thank you. Great concert tonight.
Thank you, Hillary. I'm glad you were able to make it, and I'm glad you enjoyed it. Want to wish everybody a very happy Easter, a happy Passover, or just a happy day if you don't celebrate either one of those things.
Ivan says thanks for another fine concert.
Thank you, Ivan.
Thank you.
That's high praise indeed.
Yes.
And if you can, slip us a buck or two in our tip jar at autoharp.down.home.com or autoharp.down.home at gmail.com.
There you go.
That's our PayPal account. Or you can go to autoharpdownhome.com on the web and click the donate link, and it will take you to exactly the same place. If you could put a buck or two in there, we'd really appreciate it. We want to thank everybody who has donated what they could. Have a great weekend.
So glad you guys could come
And
today.
I'm so glad everybody
We
could
had a
come. We
great
really
time.
enjoyed doing all your requests for you.
Yes.
And in the words of the immortal Roy Rogers, goodbye, good luck, and may the good Lord take a liking to you. Now it's time to say goodbye to George and all his kin. We'd sure like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back real soon to this locality to have a heaping helping of our hospitality. Home style, that is. Set a spell. Take your shoes off. Y'all come back now here.